Hey, happy day 556. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. SHE, what's she up to now? Talking about the transition from the brick and mortar real world of business, offline businesses, to online businesses. A couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to shake up my life entirely. Well, part of it was done for me and part of it I wanted to do. Mostly I chose it and wanted to do it. And I was going to dive in and I was going to figure out how to become as successful online as I was in my offline brick and mortar businesses. Now, I will admit, I have fallen into pretty much all of the possible traps, not all of them, but many of the possible traps that you can fall into when you're doing an online business. And that's why I started doing this daily journal of what I'm doing, what's working, what's not working, because it helps me to catch myself when I get off track and when I get in one of these learning loops, or when I'm spinning my wheels and not doing things that are moving me in the direction I want to go. Because, like everybody else, I fall into those little potholes along the road, along the journey, and I want to get out of them as quickly as possible. And part of getting out of them is by paying attention to what I'm actually doing. Not what I think I'm doing, but what I'm actually doing. So yesterday, as I was waiting for a ride somewhere, I decided it was time for a new challenge. So tomorrow I'm going to start a new 7-day challenge. I've never really done a 7-day challenge. I've done 5s, I've done 14s, I've done 21s, I've done 30s, I've done 90s, I've done 365s, but I haven't really done 7. So there is a really cool thing that I've decided I'm going to be a part of. My son's a partner of it, and I want to help them get this off the ground. So I'm going to do a 7-day customer challenge where I haven't thought of the name or anything yet, but I did map out the strategy for it on my handy dandy whiteboard yesterday. And it is going to start on Monday, tomorrow. It's going to start. And it will be basically five hardcore days of challenge activities. And then the 6th day will be probably a 5-minute webinar. I want it to be a really short presentation of, and I have no idea how I'm going to get it down to 5 minutes, because it's definitely a 90-minute webinar thing, but it doesn't have to be. So my challenge this week will be to come up with the 5-minute webinar so I can share that on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I will close the cart and see if we can't get people involved in a new application. It's a mobile app, actually, for doing everything you need to do to promote. It's a loyalty program and a rewards program all in one, but to do everything that you need for your customers, to attract customers, to get them coming back for more, and to getting them to spend more money at your establishment. So that's the end product. And then I'll do an upsell to my 30-day customer challenge, because I've got a 30-day customer challenge. It's actually pretty killer. It's actually amazing. So we'll do it's really a 5-day challenge, but we'll make it 7, because I'll give them activities both Saturday and Sunday. And I haven't done a 7-day challenge, so I'm kind of excited to see how it works. And then if it works well, then I'll repeat it again. And my original plan was to do it first on YouTube, then on Facebook Live, then on LinkedIn. And if that works, then I'll repeat that a couple of times and see how it works, and then maybe get my son and his partners doing it as well, so that they can really beef up getting the app out there. Launching a new app is always a challenge in terms of getting people to see the app. There's millions of apps out there, probably 10 million by now, but there's so many different apps out there. What's important? Why do you want to use an app? Why do you want to use this one versus other ones, etc.? And this one's a cool, unique one in that instead of every small business on the planet having to have their own app, they can all be a part of this app, and they all can use each other's and get points and things like that. It's crazy detailed stuff I don't need to go into. But I'm excited about that, because I was looking for a new challenge. Now, in addition to that, I am thinking about a personal challenge. I am moved to a place where I live on a big hill. And down at the bottom of the hill is town, or the city. And one of my favorite places to walk is there. It's called the Dike. And I've done it 2 days in a row now. I've gone down this big hill. Yesterday I actually did it twice. Down this big hill, taking a walk on the dike, and then come back up. I went out to dinner with the kids last night, and we walked down from home and then back up. And I walked back up. They came up later. They went out and had some fun. I'm too old. I want to just come home and go to bed after dinner. And it was a late dinner anyway. So I'm thinking my new challenge might be to do that every day, weather permitting. And I'm not going to say for the next year because we live in the winter and snow, and I know there's going to be ice and snow, and I'm not going to be able to go up and down every day. But maybe every day, weather permitting. We'll see. But I like to have personal challenges going on in my life all the time. So it's time for a new business-related challenge, as well as this move, as well as one for my health. Now, I can't remember who did the TED Talk on it, but she said you can only really ever focus on, I want to say Mel Robbins, but it might not be Mel Robbins. It's probably somebody else. But somebody said, hey, 3 areas of your life at one time are all you can really be focusing on, and everything else, it's going to be out of balance. So you can have 3 main areas of emphasis, and then the rest is going to be out of balance. So usually mine is my family, my health, because it wasn't always my health, and that's really important now, and my business. And so those are usually my 3 main areas of focus. So I'd like to have a personal challenge going on in each one of those areas, usually simultaneously. And it's not a big, giant challenge. I mean, walking up and down a big hill might not be a health challenge to a lot of people, but it is for me. Given my health history and stuff, going up and down one big hill a day is a big challenge. And we're not talking a little hill, we're talking a big hill. So it's not a mountain, it's not anything like that, but it's a pretty good sized hill, especially for someone at my advanced age. So working on that, I'm actually excited about it. This move is going to continue to be a part of my life, at least for a while. Lots of projects whenever we move, and this was a particularly big project because I had stayed put in the same home for so long. Now, I decided the other day that my home is where my heart is. My home is where I am. It doesn't matter where I live, which takes a lot of pressure off, because I was trying to spend, and part of why I didn't move was I was spending all this time thinking about, well, where am I going to live? Where am I going to live? Where am I going to live? Where do I want my home to be? And I just decided the other day, it doesn't matter. Wherever I am, that's my home, right? I make it the home because that's where I live. So we all live in our own skin, so that's where our home is. It doesn't matter exactly where we live or where our surroundings are. I just want to be around people I love and care about, or have access to people I love and care about. So what are you working on? What have you got going on? What are you excited about? If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, hit me up in the comments below or direct message me, and I will point you in the right direction if it's not up my alley. Anyway, go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.